What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today I've got another Trading to Glory episode for you guys. If you're new, welcome in. We're going to be talking about market inflation today and how we can capitalize on this on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, the day that this video goes up. And even if you're not watching it on Wednesday or Thursday of this week, you could be watching it weeks from now. You're still going to learn a lot in this video, so make sure to stick around with me until the end of the video. And if you've been enjoying the series, guys, I know that every YouTuber asks it, but make sure to drop a like on the video. It helps me out an absolute ton. Without further ado, let's get started with some of these trading tips. Today, we're going to obviously be talking about market inflation, and I've got something ready for that already. So let's take a look at the Index 100. This right here is basically an average of all the prices. Now, I'm not going to explain how Index 100 works, but at the very basic level, the higher it is, the higher prices are in the game. The lower it is, the lower average prices are in the game. And it's a good way to gauge whether the market is rising or dropping on certain days. So that's what we're going to be using it to determine. We've seen during the first couple of weeks something different that we've never really seen before, which is market crashes that happen before Black Friday or even Halloween, right? We never really saw that before this year. It was something new with this FIFA. And I think it happened this between October 1st and 3rd. I think the reason for that happened in those days. October 1st, even September 30th, people got the game. They started investing in all these players. Invested all the way up until October 3rd and 4th, right? Where we saw that peak in prices. Very, very high in price. You saw 81s. Adama Traore was, upwards of 30,000 coins. We saw all these guys super, super expensive in preparation for them to keep rising, which they've done in previous years. But so many people did that this year that we actually started seeing a little bit of a drop. I mean, in the first couple days, everybody was like, okay, this is kind of normal. Right here, everybody started panicking, and then boom, the market crash happened. The market went from 7.92 there on the market index all the way to 86.15, which is a huge drop, right? And so we saw a market recovery, but I wouldn't call that a market inflation here. This was just recovering from what we saw in that crash. So we saw the market rise back up going into that weekend, right? A little bit of a drop on Sunday, nothing huge, but definitely notable, definitely profitable. And we saw that recovery again. And then on that Tuesday, we saw a little bit of a drop on that Wednesday. I think that was when a lot of people invested. People saw that dip right there, expecting prices to go up on Thursday. So everybody put all of their coins into prices on Wednesday. And as we entered into the first ever weekend league in FIFA 21, on Thursday, the market dropped even farther. So everybody who invested in Wednesday planning on selling on Thursday, already losing coins. But they still have it on the transfer list. So they started selling and the market went down even farther, and the crash just ensued all weekend. This is the point where we ended up buying during the Trading to Glory. And we ended up selling the next day. We sold a lot of them that next day. And then that next crash happened again. And everybody at this point was like, what the heck is going on with this market? Why does it keep crashing? I'm not going to buy anything. I'm going to stay liquid. Everybody got afraid and the market stabilized. We saw a couple slight drops, a couple slight rises, but overall the market in the last week has been stable. It's been pretty stable. All the way from Wednesday of last week, October 21st, until next Wednesday, or the next Tuesday, it's been at between 59 to 63, right? 59 to 63. And that's pretty stable if you compare what it was between literally just one day or two in the first couple of weeks. Very, very volatile. Kind of settling down. So, with that being said, we haven't seen any drop in the market in the last week. Now, you might be wondering, well, what makes you think the market's not going to drop a ton going into Thursday? Well, we're not seeing nearly as much Thursday investing because it hasn't worked every week so far. All the casual traders, they're kind of moving on. There's not too many casuals that are going full balls to the wall investing like they were in the first week or two. The people that are left, you can already see the views on certain trading videos are going downwards because some people are already giving up on that, or they're getting bored with trading. And this is where we, as traders, as investors, the people that are still watching this video 4.5 minutes into the video, or 5 minutes into the video, this is where we can capitalize. This is where we can make profit. The market's stable, so we can kind of expect a very reasonable and logical response 2 Thursday rewards. What we're seeing right now is we've got a lot of people, including myself, very liquid. 2.6 million for me. The only thing I have in my club is my team, okay? And that's probably what it is for a lot of people right now. The only thing they have in their club right now is their team. They don't really have too many great investments or too many big investments other than those mainstream traders and those hardcore investors. And those guys are investing the same reason we are. Thursday rewards. The reason that the market's going to go up is because those Thursday rewards are going to bring buying power to the market. Sure, there might be a slight little immediate drop on certain cards, but overall, as we enter into Thursday night, you're going to see the impact of all that buying power coming in. I've got 2.6 million coins, and I plan on spending it on Wednesday. I plan on spending that probably at 6 p.m. UK. I'll find some card that I can invest in. Maybe something gets panic sold and I can go in on that. Or I just go ahead and pick up a meta card like Youngmin Son or Marco Reus that I picked up last week. And it worked out just fine. It worked out more than just fine. We made several 100,000 coins on that. So with that being said, we're going to go through some of the meta cards. And to update you guys on the ones that watch my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/elyyt, link is down in the description, we did end up finishing FUT champions. I went 0-2 to start off. Not a great start, and I had this, not very good team. I have 2.6 million liquid that I can buy players with, but I even started with, Diogo. I started with Diogo Jota at right striker. I hadn't packed Gabriel Jesus until last episode of Trading to Glory. And then I had Koundé, which is right here, Koundé at left center back. I had Diego Carlos at right center back, and then I had Aitor in goalie, right? Not a very great squad. And then at left back, we had a Kamara, who actually was pretty solid. Theo Hernandez is even better. Nonetheless, it wasn't a very good team to start out with. I went 0-2. I switched it up. I bought my Koulibaly, I bought my Manolas, Theo Hernandez, and I bought Sirigu. And then I ended up packing Gabriel Jesus untradeable, which improved the squad a lot, fit in my team just perfectly. From there, I went 8-2, and then it kind of went back and forth a little bit, and then I ended up finishing 14 wins, 5 losses, but given the fact that I started 0-2 with this squad, I'm pretty happy with it. Thomas Lemar is absolutely shambolic. Terrible card. I cannot wait to replace him. And it's not like I couldn't replace him, but I was still winning most of my games. I saw no reason to go out and buy cards, knowing that I wasn't really going to make any profit if I bought cards on Thursday or Friday. There's no reason for me to do that, especially when I'm winning games. There was no threat on me not getting gold 3. And then we're also at rank 1 in Rivals, so we might be able to get some decent rewards going into Thursday ourselves. And we could add that buying power to the market, which is a reason that cards will rise. Hopefully we'll end up with rank 1. It'll be a close call. But I think we'll get it. We have more points than what it took to get it last week. So that's a good tell. So with all those reasons that I've provided you guys, I think this is going to be a very, very good weekend to go out and pick up some cards on Wednesday, maybe after 6 p.m. UK, maybe even before that. Maybe right when this video goes up, you're like, okay, let's go ahead and pick up some meta cards, some cards I've been looking at. If there's a card that has been pretty stable the last couple of days that you're really wanting for your team, you're probably going to want to buy that before Thursday. I don't expect prices to go down at all, at least until Friday or Saturday, and that's not even likely. I think it'll take until the end of the weekend before we see a crash. And that's only if, like, really EA do something huge with supply because of the promo going on right now. That's the only reason I can see it is, like, Friday, maybe something huge for the promo drops. Not too sure, but Halloween is on Saturday, so you got to keep your eyes open for something that could drop from EA on Friday night, right as, like, Halloween starts, or maybe Halloween night. I'm not too sure what they might have planned, but it's possible they have something. Nonetheless, let's go and take a look at Youngmin Son. This guy has been going between the prices of 175k and 185k for several days. He's been floating between the prices. And given the fact that we didn't really see a huge drop on Monday or Sunday, maybe by about 5,000 coins, that's only like 2.5% of his card, right? Maybe 3% drop on his card. We're not seeing nearly the drop we saw a couple weeks ago, or even last week, where it was like a 20 to 25% drop on his card. I think we even saw a 30% drop on one day for Youngmin Son, where he went from like 230k all the way down to 170,000 coins. It was a huge drop on that card, but he hasn't really dropped anymore. There are going to be several people going out and trying to pick up cards that are going to fit their weekend league team. Now, there's a way that we can go out and actually kind of double up on these investments, and through that idea is going to be with Team of the Week. Huge shout out to Mark Foot Trading, I believe that is. Yeah, Mark's FC Foot Trader. You can follow him right there. Nonetheless, he sent me this on Twitter, and it helps out a lot because I didn't want to make my own Team of the Week prediction. We can use his, and just shout out to him for allowing us to use this. But these are just predictions. They're not guaranteed. But once we find out who they are at 6 p.m. UK, you can kind of find these guys. Whoever is linkable to these cards are going to be great investments. You could even sell on Thursday morning for a lot of these, because what will happen is people will open their red rewards. They're going to pack a player like Upamecano or a Kanji, right? They're going to pack Paulinho, and they're going to think, how do I fit him in my team? And they're going to go out and buy complement links to make it work. For a Kanji, you might not be wanting to pick up Delaney, though, right? You might be like, oh, well, they're going to link them together with the other center back. But since they're in the same position, a lot of people might also be like, well, I'm actually just going to replace my Delaney with the new Akanji, right? So you've got to be careful about that. You got to be very careful if they're in the same position. But if there are like cards like Paulinho, and this isn't a great example, but like I guarantee everybody who gets this Paulinho, they're going to go out and do the Anderson Talisca SBC, get that strong link or hyperlink even. Lewandowski, if somebody packs that Lewandowski, they're definitely going to want to put it in their squad, right? So who are they going to link it to? They're going to link it to Serge Gnabry, or they're going to link him to the old Thomas Muller inform that came out, or they're going to link him to Kingsley Coman, or Leroy Sané. Those cards are not only meta, right? Maybe bar the Team of the Week Thomas Muller, but that's also out of packs, so that could also be a plus for that card. Nonetheless, all those cards are meta, so they're going to rise nonetheless. But this just adds another reason for them to rise. Let's go ahead and look at Zaha right here. First thing I think of, Nicolas Pepe. Might not be a very expensive card, low budget, good investment. People pack Zaha, who are they going to link him to? Other attackers from EPL. And Nicolas Pepe, that's a strong link. If there's any Crystal Palace players that are high rated, other than Zaha, maybe go with them. Moise Kean, don't think that card's going to be that great. Maybe Renan Lodi, though. Renan Lodi gets in. You know, there's a couple Brazilian center backs from La Liga that are very, very good links. That's Diego Carlos and Eder Militao. So those two are going to be good investments for the Renan Lodi card. You get to the lower rated, after that, nobody wants to use these. So they're not going to have any effect on their complement links. You pack a D'Ambrosio, nobody's using D'Ambrosio. Nobody's using him. So there's no reason to go pick up a Chiellini. There's no reason to go pick up anything like that to link with them. No reason to even pick up a left back or goalkeeper. There's nobody that's really going to be using D'Ambrosio or wanting to build around him. If they fit in the squad, maybe they use him, but I don't think anybody builds around him. Same thing for all these 77s, 78s. Bamford, I just can't see him having any effect on prices of cards that are linked to him. And most of the time, if people get Bamford as a choice, they're not going to choose him. Politano might have an effect. You got Napoli right here. So if you think about that new Mertens card, right? That new Mertens, which is the rule breaker, could have an effect on that Mertens rule breaker card. Could have an effect on Insigne's price, right? Could have a negative effect on Lozano's price because it replaces him at that position. Luis Alberto. You got Spanish link, Lazio links. You guys get the point. Upamecano, if he gets in. Mukiele, possibly, goes up in price. Mendy, Senegal, Chelsea center backs could go up in price, like the likes of Zuma, right? So that's an idea. I'm just shouting out names as possible investments. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at one of my favorites out of the ones I said. Politano. Let's go ahead and see Politano. Obviously links with that Dries Mertens card. I think Politano is going to be usable. I used him last year. He was great. Dries Mertens, it's not terribly unaffordable. I think that card definitely rises. Thursday rewards. After, though. I wouldn't buy him during. I could see a small drop because he's still in packs. He is still in packs. But rising into Thursday, I could see Dries Mertens being a great investment. I think he goes up throughout the day. Throughout the day of Thursday, into Thursday night. I wouldn't sell like right away when the rewards drop, but if you want to invest in them beforehand, I think that's still going to work out for you. I think that Mertens is actually going to be a very solid investment. It might be one I look at for sure. 468 right now. We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe even his regular card actually is very possible. And we'll take a look at his regular card's fluctuation so far this week, see if he's been affected by the fact that he's been out of packs. But if that Politano gets in, which he might not even guaranteed get in, right? That Politano might not get in. All right, this is just a prediction, right? So if it's just a prediction, then there might be cards that aren't even on here that we haven't talked about that get in that are great. There's great compliment links to them, right? So we got Dries Mertens sitting at 36,000 coins right now. We'll go ahead and look him up on Footbin and see if he's a good investment. And guys, if you've been enjoying the video or learning anything, make sure to drop a like on the video if you haven't yet. I would greatly appreciate it. He's 85 rated here. Let's go ahead and take a look at his fluctuated price throughout the week while he's been out of packs. About 36,000 coins is what he goes for right now. Let's see. So we see here he's dropping with everybody else. We saw that happen during the market index. He kind of followed the market index in terms of rising and dropping. So you can see he kind of follows the market index in terms of rising and dropping. You can even see right here before the market index began, rose 70K, 90K, right? He's obviously taken a huge drop, but you can see ever since he went into the rule breakers as a special card, he's been out of packs. He did see a little bit of a rise on that one day from Thursday to Friday. So you could argue that that Thursday to Friday right there, that's not even natural. It might have been a drop here on just a recovery. But you could also argue that that was a artificial rise on people investing in him. Nonetheless, he hasn't risen all week. And if Politano comes out, if Politano does get an inform, people are going to link that with Mertens for sure. They're going to link it with Insigne for sure, but since Mertens is out of packs, you're not going to get any supply from the rewards. And Insigne is a left wing this year anyway. I thought he was a center forward. So Mertens is like a huge shout in my opinion. So I really like a lot of these investments that we've been talking about. So if you guys have been enjoying the series, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. That's going to be it for today's video. I guess a shorter video. Not too much action being taken, but we are going to be buying on Wednesday. All right? So that's the plan for not only me, but all you guys as well. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.